Tale Trees, Tales of Little Krishna. Last time, Yashoda discovered that her little Krishna was no ordinary child when she saw the entire universe inside his tiny mouth. But after such a magical surprise, Krishna was soon back to being his mischievous little self, with one thing always on his mind: butter. Krishna, Motar, and the Two Trees. Gokul was a happy little village, and there was one little boy who could make the whole village smile. His name was Krishna. By now, everyone in Gokul had discovered one very special thing about Krishna. He loved butter. But Krishna didn't simply sit down and eat the butter that his mother Yashoda prepared for him. Oh no! Krishna had a much more exciting plan. He would steal it. Every morning, the Gopikas would carefully churn fresh butter and store it in pots, hanging them high from the ceiling. They thought the butter would be safe there. But they had forgotten one thing. Krishna was very clever. One day, Krishna gathered his friends. "Come on," he whispered, "let's find some butter." His friends giggled and followed him. They formed a little human pyramid. One boy stood on another's shoulders and Krishna climbed right to the top. He reached the hanging pot. The pot cracked. Butter spilled everywhere. Krishna quickly scooped some into his little hands. He shared it with his friends, and whatever was left, he happily fed to the monkeys. Soon, the Gopikas began complaining to Yashoda. "Yashoda, your Krishna has stolen our butter again. He doesn't just eat it, he gives it away. And when we hide the butter, he finds it." Yashoda listened patiently. But when Krishna came home with butter smeared all over his face, she knew exactly what had happened. "Krishna!" she called. Krishna looked at his mother with innocent eyes. "Yes, Amma." "Did you steal the butter?" Krishna shook his head. "No, Amma, I didn't." Yashoda pointed at his face. "Then what is that?" Krishna quickly wiped his cheek. I don't know." Yashoda smiled. She knew her little boy was trying to escape. But this time she decided he needed a small lesson. She picked up a rope and tried to tie Krishna to a large wooden motor. But something strange happened. The rope was just a little too short. Yashoda bought another piece of rope and tied it to the first. Still too short? She added another. Still short. The Gopikas watched in amazement. How could a little boy need so much rope? Yashoda was tired, but she didn't give up. Finally, seeing how hard his mother was trying, Krishna allowed himself to be tied. And so, Krishna came to be known as Damodara, the little one whose belly was tied with a rope. Yashoda went back to her work. Krishna looked around. He was tied to the heavy wooden motor. But Krishna was not going to sit quietly. He began crawling. He pulled the motor behind. Ahead stood two enormous Arjuna trees. Krishna crawled between them. The motor became stuck. Krishna pulled harder. And then the two huge trees came tumbling down. The Gopikas and villagers came running. But something even more wonderful happened. From the fallen trees emerged two radiant beings. Their names were Nalakuvara and Manigriva. Long ago, they had been wealthy and proud. Because of their arrogance, the sage Narada had cursed them to remain as trees until they received the grace of the Lord. For a long time, they had stood silently as trees, but now Krishna had freed them. They bowed before Krishna. "Thank you, Lord," they said. "You have freed us from our pride and our curse. May we always remember you." With that, they returned to their divine form and departed. The villagers stood speechless, but Krishna, he simply sat there beside the fallen trees, as if nothing unusual had happened. Yashoda rushed to him and gathered him into her arms. "My little Krishna," she cried. She didn't know that the little boy she had just tied to a mortar had performed yet another divine act. To her, he was simply her mischievous son, the boy who stole butter. And that day, Gokul learned something wonderful. Sometimes, behind a child's mischief, there may be a heart full of love. And sometimes, the smallest hands can do the most extraordinary things. And that was another little tale from Krishna's beautiful childhood in Gokul. But Krishna's adventures were only beginning. So come back for our next tale where another of his playful adventures awaits us. Until then, keep listening, keep imagining, and let every story grow a little more magic in your heart. This is Bhavna from Tale Tree. Happy listening.